Hi, I'm Susan, and welcome to Being Mindful. In today's mindfulness meditation, we explore difficult emotions and how they are experienced in the body. I ask you in this meditation to bring to mind a difficult experience. And so, if you're not ready to do this exercise, I'll invite you to select a different option. I'll provide something more basic in the comments and description below. But this is a gentle, non-judgmental, compassionate way to explore how we experience physically the emotions that come up with difficult thoughts and situations. So I invite you to give it a try if you feel like you're ready, and I look forward to hearing what your experience was. Let's get started. I'll invite you to settle into your chair. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. But if that is not a comfortable thing, or you need to see my lips in order to understand what I'm saying, it's fine to keep your eyes open. If you find that you tend to fall asleep during meditation, keeping your eyes open but slightly focused can help with that. So as we notice what's happening in the present moment, we can begin by observing how it feels to be supported by the chair and the ground. We can feel that support beneath our bodies. The sensation against our skin of clothing and air. Already thoughts may be coming in, and these aren't problems. It's to be expected. But when a thought comes, a question, a memory, planning or worrying, we could notice that this has happened and bring the focus gently back to the present moment. What we can experience through our senses. We've already had experiences today and through the week that might be coming to mind. And we can acknowledge these memories, pleasant or unpleasant, and just set them slightly to the side so that they're not the primary focus. We don't have to fight with them or make them go away. Likewise with the mind's attempt to remember what comes next, to plan, to think about what we could be doing instead of this. And we can set those thoughts aside as well. We can focus on the breath that has been moving in and out of the body during this entire practice. The breath happens whether we pay attention to it or not, but now we choose to pay attention to it. We can notice how the breath sounds as it moves in and out of the body. How it feels. And begin to notice where the breath feels most prominent on the in-breath and the out-breath. It might be in the nostrils or the movement of the chest. Perhaps the belly or the diaphragm are involved. Finding that spot where the breath feels most prominent and exploring it with curiosity. Is it the actual movement of the breath that we feel? Or is it the body moving in response to the breath? And as we focus on the breath, there's no special way that we have to breathe. There's no right or wrong way of breathing. We're just breathing and noticing the breath. And now I'll ask you to invite a thought. So we're shifting focus now from the breath and the body and the present moment to thought. We can mindfully examine our thoughts as well. And I'd like you to bring to mind a difficult memory, a difficult situation you're facing, or a fear that you have about the future. Or it could be anger or frustration over what's happening in the world. Pick one thought, one situation, and bring it fully to mind. And if you don't feel like you can pick just one, then just allow what's there to be there. And if nothing specific is coming to mind, that's okay too. There's nothing wrong. You can still participate, whatever is coming to mind or not coming to mind for you now. And as you allow this thought or these thoughts to percolate and begin to swirl, I'd ask that you notice what's happening in your body in response to the thought. And the bodily response to these cognitions is an indicator of emotion. If it's helpful to you to name the emotion, I invite you to do that silently. Sometimes what what we feel on the surface has a deeper emotion behind it. So sometimes anger is undergirded by fear. So I'll ask you now to shift fully into one area of the body where you are feeling emotion most prominently. And if you aren't sure, I'll name some areas that are commonly involved in emotions. And I invite you to explore to see what you're feeling in these areas. One is the gut, the belly, sort of a feeling of nausea almost, just an upsetness of the stomach. There can also be a tightness in the throat, a tightness in the chest, increased heart rate, faster breathing. We can feel it in the hands. Sometimes the palms begin to sweat, or the fists are clenched. We might notice tension in the face, a furrowed brow, a clenched jaw, a tightness, a tension in the neck and shoulders. There might be an impact on posture or how we're holding our backs. We might be holding tension in the legs as well. We may feel fidgety. So again, I invite you to find one spot that feels most prominent. And if you're not feeling an area impacted by emotion, a response of the body to the thoughts we were having, just pick a spot in the body that is noticeable to you now, maybe just an area of tension. And as we did with the breath, I'll invite you to explore what you feel with curiosity. Is there pain? Is there tension or tightness? Does this sensation shift from moment to moment, or is it relatively constant? Does it have a temperature associated with it? Are you envisioning a color or a pattern? Does it change in size? Does it feel like it's getting larger or smaller? How much of you does it encompass? I'll invite you to place your hand, whichever you prefer, your dominant hand, against the area where you feel emotion most strongly in this moment, or where you're feeling tension. And begin to feel the warmth of the hand against the body. Or perhaps the hand is cool and the body is warmer. But feel the transfer of temperature from the hand to the body. Feel the contact of the hand against the skin. Notice any changes in sensation because the hand is present. And allow the breath to move in and around this tender spot. Breathing more deeply if that's comfortable. Creating a cushion with the breath. Allowing the hand to provide comfort and compassion to what hurts, to what is tender. Supported by the ground, comforted by the hand. In this moment, we feel what we feel. There's no right or wrong way to feel, even if what we feel is nothing. We're allowing ourselves to be the way we are, to fully experience the emotion. Whatever is happening in the body is okay. It's what the body needs to do. We can allow it and accept it. Show compassion to ourselves. As needed, we can shift focus back to the breath and alternate between the bodily sensations that we're experiencing through emotion and the ever-present breath that supports the body. We can also notice the thoughts that come as we focus on the body and the emotion, and see how new thoughts create changes in bodily sensation. We can either invite the thoughts to be part of the practice or simply notice them and bring focus back to the body. I invite you to bring your other hand to your heart. And if the heart is where your first hand already is, just place the second hand over the first hand. But begin to experience the light within the heart. Perhaps feeling the constant beat of the heart, the movement of breath. Can gently remove the hands from the body, perhaps holding them together and bringing them to a resting position. Once more, scanning the body with curiosity and compassion, noticing the body supported by the chair and the ground. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, begin to move the body in whatever ways would be comfortable. Thank you for being with me for this meditation. I hope that if you are experiencing difficult emotions, that this helped you to process what's going on, to allow yourself to feel what is without struggling. I'd really love to hear what your experience was. So if you would be willing to share in the comments how that was for you, what you noticed, as much as you're comfortable sharing, that would be wonderful. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I hope that you'll consider doing that and joining our community, maybe clicking the notification bell so that you know when I have something new to share. A like is always appreciated. Thank you for supporting this channel, for sticking in to the end, and have a wonderful day.